I hear you though.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing good. I'm Erwinique, and I'm glad you're with me tonight.
Me
Can you
too.
tell me your name?
My name is Oni.
Okay. How did you hear about us?
Just searching online, honestly.
Okay. Well, you might hear some clicking since we're doing this via telehealth. I have to take some notes on the computer and make sure everything's documented for our visit. So if you hear my mouse, that's what I'm doing.
It's no
Before, thank you. Before we get started, I just wanted to go over a few things with you. So, this meeting and all meetings and all information you share with me would be confidential unless you report that you are having some self-harm thoughts that you're willing to hurt yourself or willing to hurt someone else in a homicidal manner, or if you mentioned abuse of an elderly individual or a child. I do have to report that, so if you share information similar to that with me, I will have to report it to the proper local authorities.
okay.
Your information is safe with me. The only other way it could be released is if a court or judge mandates and subpoenas me to get your information.
Okay.
And so a little bit about me as the counselor. Currently a student still, so working on my hours. My license is associated with a currently licensed individual. So
Mm,
they supervise me, they would be aware of your case, if any issues come up and I need assistance, but they're there for supervision purposes. Um, if you need to cancel your appointment, just like it was in the informed consent paper, just if you could do that within 24 hours, just so you won't accrue any fees for missing those appointments. The phone line is available 24/7. There's an option for a voicemail. So if office staff cannot take your phone call, you can always leave a voicemail, just to make sure your appointment is taken care of. If you find yourself needing counseling or mental health services outside of the appointment or after hours, I will, um, I can direct you to some resources in the local area. So they were in the informed consent that you signed, but I will give an additional copy just so you can have it handy in case anything occurs.
okay. Okay. Will you be emailing that?
Yes,
Okay. Thank you.
since you're not in office, I'll make sure that's available to you electronically. Let's see. Did someone refer you here outside of the internet search?
No, just wanted to try somebody out.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're here with me tonight. Um, so I see on the initial paperwork that you mentioned anxiety.
Yes.
About that a little bit?
I feel as though as I've gotten older and I've been in certain situations, sorry, they have I've noticed a change when certain things happen in my life. Um one small thing that can be super minute to, a quote unquote normal person, it really gets me in a fickle, and it affects my day-to-day, activities. I feel like I can't go anywhere without having an anxiety attack because I'm thinking about, God forbid, if something happens to me or the people that I care about.
And do you know when that started?
It really started 2 years ago because one of my closest friends, he went away to get his master's degree.
Mm-hmm.
Was only there for not even a whole month, and he went missing, and they found his body in a river with all his organs missing and his face dismembered. So when that happened, I just felt like, you know, something's gonna happen. If something can happen to him, then anything can happen to me.
That is such a valid concern. I'm sorry to hear about your friend.
Yeah.
When was the last time you spoke with him?
The last time I spoke to him is when he came to Huntsville, and I didn't know he was in Huntsville. So I called and texted him and was like, "You're in Huntsville?" And he was like, "Yeah, I was, but I left." So that was the last time I spoke to him, but the last time I saw him was in August. And the last time that I like saw him physically was in April of 2021.
Mm. Have there been any other events with family or friends?
I had like a personal event that happened to me, and this was before anything happened to my friend, but I was at home and I had to go to work at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I had to get gas because I didn't have gas in my car. And I chose to get gas at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I stopped at a gas station, and there was this couple that was staring at me from their car. They never got out to pump gas out of their car. They just kept looking at me. So once I realized that, I hurried up and put the pump in my car and went back in my car and locked the doors. But they still sat in the car and waited until my gas stopped pumping. And that's when the man came out and was like, yeah, told the female who was in the driver's seat to go ahead and talk to me. So at that moment, like I was freaking out, like, oh my God, what is gonna happen? So I just prayed and I cut my car on and I pulled off with the nozzle in my
Or just
car because I was like, I gotta get out of here. Like, you're not gonna kidnap me.
right.
So
Either the nozzle or me.
yes, I was like, please don't let my car blow up. But that was a very traumatic situation for me. So even now to this day, like if I have to get gas, like I will run my gas to zero if it's at night. And when I get up in the morning, I'm gonna go to the gas station and figure it all out.
Safety is very important, and I'm glad you're focusing on that,
And just
especially.
like everything that's going on in the world, where every day it just seems like somebody's coming up missing. So sometimes when I leave the house, it really scares me because I don't know if I'm gonna come back.
And so I heard you said that you pray about it. So sounds like you value a spiritual or religious relationship.
Yes, yes. I had fell off the grid, but now I'm back and taking things day by day.
Fell off the grid.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
Um, I just feel like in life, and as you grow, as you can see from my paperwork, I'm 25. So I just feel like this is like a really tough age. And before then, like experience things and losing people and things happening. So not intentionally, you start to question God and why am I the person that is going through this? And but I had to, you know, understand that I can't control it, you know?
And sometimes with life, you're right, you can't control everything that comes through. Sometimes you got to focus on what you can control, the things you can't control. You may have to find a way on how to cope with that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the part that like gives me anxiety. It freaks me out.
Do you have any anxiety dealing with your family or like professional life?
I haven't like my family doesn't really give me anxiety and neither do my friends and like my personal life. I think it's really like the what ifs just really get to me. Like, what if this can happen? What if that can happen? What if this can happen? What if that can happen? You know?
So much unknown going on.
Yeah. So I don't really understand, but it'll get better.
Have you had any hospitalizations relating to these feelings?
No, because they haven't really gotten too out of control. Um, so I don't feel like I need to be hospitalized for it. Um, yeah, no.
Have you seen someone in the past about this?
Um, I started talking to someone, but it wasn't really effective. I felt like she didn't really understand me and she didn't get me. So that's another reason why like I went on telehealth and was like, I have to find a black therapist because, you know, I feel like a black woman understands a black woman rather than a white woman.
That is very true sometimes. Not all, but some you can identify with.
Yeah,
I hope to help you in your journey.
me, yes, I do. I'm looking forward to it.
Do you have any children? Any
No kids, no kids.
okay.
Not there yet in my life. I want to, get myself together and find my person.
Okay. You don't have your person yet.
No, I'm single. I'm single.
Are you
Not
in
everybody can deal with me and my, you know,
you
yeah, I don't know how to put it. Hopefully you can help me figure it out.
one step at a time, but it's possible. But yeah, it's good to not settle.
Yes.
It's only a few pieces that could fit in a certain puzzle. So sometimes that's how you have to look at it.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
your time might be wasted. So
Yeah.
let's see.
Yes.
Have you tried any medications or
Um, they prescribed me lorazepam. But I'm not really into taking medication, and I don't feel like I need to take medication. So I haven't even tried it. I've talked to some people who were on it, and they say that it makes them feel really drowsy, and I don't like that. I
And
don't
what
want to feel like a zombie. So I want to try to get a hold of it without medication. And if it doesn't get better, then I will consider starting to take it.
so was that a psychiatrist?
Um, yeah, but that's why I feel like psychiatrists, they just throw medicine at you.
Yeah. Yeah, their purpose is to prescribe medication, and depending on the individual and their training and their motive, um, they may explore the problems outside of why you're taking the medication, or they may just specifically manage it for you. So,
Yeah,
with any provider, you got to find a good fit. Like,
yeah.
there are some psychiatrists that'll sit there for 2 hours and talk to you about your life and kind of help you, similar to a counselor. And then there are some that see you for 20 minutes.
Mm. And
So,
that's how she made me feel like I was just another person. So I never felt the need to take it.
mm, are you on any other medications, like just for health reasons?
I'm on birth control. I'm on the Nexplanon, the thing in your arm. Um, I can't wait to get off that, but it helps with my menstruation and things. So that's why I'm on it. But I don't like the way it makes me feel. It kind of makes me feel moody.
Okay. When did you start?
I started when I was 18.
Have you had any other side effects like weight control or
When I first got on the Nexplanon, I was really sick, like I was always on my menstrual. So I really didn't gain weight. It was really much like lose weight because I wasn't eating. I didn't have an appetite or anything. Um, but other than that, it's good.
do you have any outside of um women issues? Do you have any other health conditions or health problems that you get addressed?
Um, so I got on birth control because I had like scar tissue on my ovaries, little cysts. So they would try that to kind of decrease them. So that's all right now that I have going on.
Have you had any surgeries in the past?
No, no, but if the scar tissue and the cysts don't get better, then I would have to have surgery to get them removed.
So thinking about anxiety, how do you feel about that?
I really hope that, I don't have to have the surgery because I feel like, those scars are not very pretty. But I've been talking to a lot of women who like deal with fibroids and things like that. And, you know, they just say it's like a badge of honor. I just have a little anxiety about being put to sleep. It's like, am I gonna wake back up? So yeah.
That's understandable because surgery, um, like all procedures, comes with risk, complications,
Yeah.
especially if you haven't experienced or had anesthesia before. You want to know they put you out, are you gonna get back up?
I never even broke a bone. I never had stitches. So
Okay,
that's that's
good.
yeah.
Doctor, hospital visits, less
Pretty
ER visits.
my health was pretty good until, I got older and I started realizing like my stuff with my reproductive. But
But
other
you
than
work.
that, I was perfect bill of health.
It's like that. The more you breathe, the more things come up
Yes. Yes.
physically and outside of that. But every day that you're breathing is a new opportunity, a
Yeah.
new possibility that you might find a solution.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you mind if we talk about your family for a moment?
Talk about them.
Hmm.
Um, so I grew up with my mom as a single mom. I always knew who my dad was. He just chose to not come around as I got older. And then when he disappeared, and I later found out that he went to jail, and he was in jail all the way until my sophomore, junior year of high school. Um, but my mom got with my stepdad, and that was the constant man in my life. He raised me as his own, and they had my little sister. Um, Before I was born, my mom, she has a godson. He's our cousin, but that's like they made my mom the godmother. So she pretty much raised him, took care of him and things like that. So he's like my older brother, but not really my older brother.
Hmm.
Um, and then I have an older brother on my dad's side, two younger sisters, and a little brother.
Do you speak with or speak to your siblings on your father's side?
Yes, I speak to them. We have a good relationship. I'm closest to my older brother and my youngest sister on my dad's side.
And how old is your younger sister on your mom's side with your stepdad?
She's 15. We have a relationship too, like we're really close, but we're 11, 10 and a half years apart. So, you know, we can talk about things, but not too much. Like I can talk about the older with the older ones.
Right. Okay. Well, at least you have a relationship with your siblings on your dad's side, even though you don't talk to him, but talk to the kids.
My dad, as I once he came out of jail, we started to formulate a relationship. So we have a relationship as adults, but not like a father-daughter relationship.
More like friends.
Um, Not really friends. I just feel like, I know that's my dad, but it's not like a daddy's little girl type of thing.
Gotcha.
And what you would think it would be like because I'm his first daughter, but but I realize he doesn't have that relationship with none of us. So
Probably just him.
yes.
Outside of your mom and your stepdad, did you have any other like caregivers or people that were very influential?
My grandparents on my dad's side. My grandpa is like my favorite person in the world, and my dad's mom died before I was born. So I never got a chance to meet her. But when I was younger, when I was born, he was with a woman who raised me to be like her granddaughter, and like great relationship. Like she was the grandmother that I didn't have.
And what about your grandma on your mom's side?
I don't really know too much about her. She's a cold person.
And I know in your paperwork you said you're from New York, so all of your family's in New York.
My dad and my siblings on his side, they live in Philadelphia, and my mom and my sister lives in New York. My dad died in 2020. My stepdad, sorry, my stepdad. I call my stepdad my dad. My stepdad died in 2020, and my grandmother died in 2021. So my grandpa lives in New York too.
Mhm. Sorry to hear about your stepdad and your grandma.
Thank you.
In 2020, I know that was like the year of COVID. So was it COVID related or it had nothing to do with that?
It was COVID related. Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to ask because that year,
Thank you for not assume, even though you were right, but thank you for asking before assuming.
yeah, I mean, because it could have been nothing related to that, but yeah.
Right.
All right, for education and work history, um, when did you start working? Like just in general?
I started working after my freshman year of college. My mom didn't want me to work. Um, yeah, my first job was at Home Goods. Yeah, I'm not a fast food type of person.
My first job was at TJ Maxx, so we basically did the same
Yeah.
thing. Okay. Yeah, same. Not trying to do the food or the
Yes.
people with the food. So yeah, retail. How's that?
It was a good experience. I worked part-time. I got paid good money, and I just went to work and went home. No problems, no issues.
Did you enjoy like the home decor?
Yes, yes, yes. I didn't buy too much because I wanted to, save money for when I go back to school. But
And what school did you go to?
I went to Johnson C. Smith. It's in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, yeah, I know where that's at.
Yes, my
How was
first.
your experience there? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it was my first choice. I loved it. 10 out of 10. HBCU experience.
Hmm. But did you want to do, and I see you're in grad school, so did you want to do grad school just in a different area?
Um, I'm liking the uh criminal justice field, like criminology, working in prisons and dealing with inmates. Yes. That
Okay.
I got my bachelor's in criminal justice. So yes.
Well, the correctional system needs you.
Thank you.
Let's say it like that. They need people and good people, not just anybody. People that are passionate about the field and might see something that they want to change.
Yeah, definitely.
So do you have plans to like move forward with that?
Um, we shall see. The more I learn about the field, the more interested I'm in. Um, I really just need to get like some field experience just so I can understand exactly what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I get nervous about the unknown. So, the correctional facilities are full of the unknowns and I can't show fear in my job. So, just trying to work these kinks out.
Okay. Well, have you looked into the local prisons or jails, or you're not there yet?
Not there yet. That just scares me.
Okay. Thanks for being honest. As hopefully we work through some things, maybe you'll be
Yeah,
more interested in that, to,
yes.
some experience, because you're right. It definitely is or has a lot of unknown. I used to work at a prison. And
Mm, wow.
so, and I was like 2 years, but I had reasons kind of similar to you. Do I want to go this route? Best way to see if I want to go that route is to work before I even get there to see how it's set up, how it's ran. And every prison's not the same.
Yes. Yeah.
That's something to look at too.
Yeah.
But they're out there and I don't think they're going anywhere. So
Yeah.
if you feel up to it in the future, just maybe see how that will work for you. Or you can just be someone that's outside of the prison but making change in the prison.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's some flexibility in that. Or even like reentry programs,
Mm,
which
never
is
thought about that.
people that just got out and trying to get acclimated to the real world and what's going on in the real world. So that's something to think about too. There's some flexibility
Yeah,
in due time.
definitely.
Do you use any substances or oh,
I have a drink here and there, but I'm not into drugs and heavy drinking. That's not like me. See what alcohol turns people into, so I don't want no parts.
and so going back to anxiety or the unknown, what are some specifics that you would like to work on?
Um, I just would hope to not always think of the worst when I'm in situations. Sometimes it's not that bad. It's not bad at all. It's just really my mind just thinking like something bad is going to happen always.
Any other specific goals?
No, I was just hoping that you can help me out.
Thinking maybe in the next few sessions we could include some techniques or kind of like a protocol on what to do when these bad thoughts come.
Okay, I like that.
When you get into a moment of negative, negative, negative,
Yeah,
and now you nervous, scared, tense, however you want to describe it. we can we can include that in our sessions.
Okay.
Techniques and different activities usually start after the first visit. I'm just wanting to get to know you and learn about you and what information you want to share with me, and vice versa, wanting to show you who I am and speak to you. See if we
Okay.
can cultivate a counseling relationship
Okay.
and help you reach your goals.
We will do.
Let's see. Trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. So next time we see each other, we can do some work.
Okay.
So tell me about your daily life. What do you do in the day to day?
I really just wake up and go to work, go to class, and go home. Sometimes I'll go hang out with friends, but for the most part, I really just stay to myself.
And where are you working now?
I'm a graduate assistant.
Okay. How are you liking that?
I enjoy it. I'm working, it's very much like an office setting, so it's pretty cool, not too much,
Okay.
really relaxed.
How long you been doing that?
Since I started the program, so like a year and a half.
Okay. You have, well, I like to try to ask open questions, so sorry. How is your relationship with your supervisors?
My supervisors are pretty cool. As long as I do my work, we won't have any issues. We talk in the office about, day-to-day things. So it's not a very tense working environment, and that's what makes me enjoy it even more.
Good. As a graduate assistant, um, in the specific department that you work in, do you interact with a lot of students, or is it more just like faculty, staff?
I work with another student. So it's me and another student, and then it's faculty and staff.
Okay. Do you see students in the office, like come in and interact with them, or you're
Yeah.
more back doing work?
No, I pretty much work at the front desk, so every time someone comes in, I speak to them and answer any questions, and I interact with students on the phone too. So I interact with people on a business aspect, not very personal.
Okay. Does or do you have any anxious thoughts when you're dealing with students in
Um,
the professional aspect?
no, I don't have any anxious thoughts because I sit behind like a desk, and you can only get in the back with the code if you know the code. So I don't get anxious at all. I actually feel like secure. No party has ever came in that made me feel super nervous. So
That's good. Sounds like your place of employment is providing some security.
yes, it's a safe space.
Hopefully, we can find safe spaces. I won't say everywhere we go because some places are just not safe, but hopefully, we can find safe spaces in the places we occupy mostly.
Yes. Yeah.
That way, those bad thoughts and nervousness doesn't come. Mm, how are your sleeping habits?
I pretty much I feel like I really don't have good sleeping habits. Sometimes I sleep at all through the night, sometimes I don't. But I do have a habit. I always wake up early, no matter what time I go to bed. Um, Even on days where I have nothing to do, I'll still wake up early and lounge around. And if I go back to sleep, I go back to sleep. If I don't, I don't.
You feel like you're conditioned to wake up early, or is that something that you kind of initiated yourself?
Um, I started myself with waking up early because I used to sleep for a long time, but a previous relationship made me not sleep my day away. I have to be really tired to sleep past 7:30.
That's early.
Yeah.
But I mean, for some people, you have more of your day. So
Yeah,
mm,
definitely.
when you started getting gas, you can get gas at 7.
Yeah, even 6 if need be. In the summertime, not really in the winter.
Yeah, daylight savings. Need to wait till about 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
How would you describe your hygiene or hygienic routine?
I'm very clean. I'm not a super skinny person, so I have to clean more in more spaces, but I take my showers, I brush my teeth, and I do everything that I'm generally supposed to do, you know?
Mhm. How do you feel, or how do you operate with your finances?
I am good with my finances. I handle my business. Relatively one check covers the bills and the other check is for me to spend freely, however I choose to, but I do save half and I just spend the other half doing things like upkeep with myself.
Okay. Sounds like you have a budget.
Yes. Yes. A hair and nail and stuff budget. I'm just waiting for my hairstylist to get back into America from vacation. And then I'll be able to get my hair done again. And
Well, I am glad to hear that you have a budget for yourself and that you're able to do what you want to do. Get your hair done, get your nails done. Um, Sometimes when you don't have that, you might feel different.
yeah, yeah.
And you did state that you live alone.
Yes.
Do you feel safe being alone?
Yeah, I do. I can lock myself in my home and, you know, the outside can't get in.
Hmm. So earlier you said kind of working on your spiritual relationship. Do you go to church?
Right now I'm attending Bedside Baptist. I The church house is something that I'm working my way back to. Haven't really found the place. The little Sarah Jakes.
Mhm. Well, I'm hearing a theme come up about finding your fit or making something fits with you. And that's a good uh, ideology to have because sometimes just trying to go anywhere might not work out. So stay bedside
Yeah.
until you find a church physically if you want to do that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it sounds like as long as you have a relationship with who you believe in, that's all that matters. So you're doing it at home now.
Mhm.
You can continue that way if you see fit. And if you find a place that is calling you physically, you could do that as well if you want to.
Yeah.
Do you participate in any extracurricular activities as of now?
No, pretty much staying to myself.
Do you have any goals or anything you want to change as far as how you are with yourself? Like, do you enjoy being home most of the time? Do you want to get to a point where you'll be out more? Want to balance?
Yeah,
Or it matter?
I want to be able to go out and not be paranoid and just have fun, but also be alert and pay attention. Um, yeah, I want to be able to have like more genuine relationships with people. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it that I can think of right now.
When was the last time you had fun?
It's been a long time. It's been a while.
A while, like none this year or like none the past few months?
None this year. The none this year.
You didn't have any trips this year?
Um,
Okay. Do you, outside of the anxiety, do you enjoy traveling or are there any aspects of traveling that you like?
um, seeing new places is cool, but the idea of being in a new place, is like, ooh, but you know, we'll get more into that as, we keep meeting.
Hmm. Well, what about traveling to familiar places like home or your old college town?
Going home is cool and going to the college towns is cool too. But still, it's new people that come in every day. So it still makes, gives me the heebie jeebies.
Oh, great. So have that there's a goal of not thinking the worst.
Yes. Yes.
How are you willing to do that?
Honestly, I don't even know. I don't know. I'm really unsure. I'm really unsure. I think as we continue to talk, I'll get more of an understanding of things because right now I really don't know. And I don't want to just give an answer just to give an answer. Like I really want to know the answer. So
Okay,
the more
understand.
the more I get to know you, the more I'll open up about things and get more clarity because I don't know. Don't know.
That is fair. Talking about our next sessions because we're doing this together. And so I want to make sure we're on the same page and any decisions is what we agree to. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to make any decisions because this is your treatment and we're just working together to get you where you want to be.
Okay.
So, how often would you like to meet?
Meeting once a week is okay.
Okay.
And when I feel comfortable, I'll probably, scale back to like once every 2 weeks or.
Is there a better day for you for our future appointments?
Thursdays are pretty good for me. Like 8 o'clock is a good time. I know it's a little late, but I mean, if I could meet earlier, I would definitely tell you. Um, and if I were to like need an emergency appointment, you said you have like a number I could call in the disclosure statement,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's during business hours, then we can possibly make arrangements depending on the schedule.
Okay.
All right, so we will be meeting once a week on Thursday evenings at 8 o'clock.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for this session. I really appreciate it. I'm excited for next week.
Thank you. And then a few more things as we close.
Okay.
Each appointment would be 50 minutes,
Okay.
and we'll do that once a week. And as of right now, you are just interested in counseling, talk therapy. Is that right?
Yes.
Do you feel like you need any other services?
No.
And before we get off, I just want to make sure that you have access to the next meeting.
Yes, I do. I just got the ping.
What about the patient portal?
Yes, I got that.
So you can also send messages on there. So if anything arises, I can send you a message or give you a call outside of appointments.
Okay.
And are we keeping this as telehealth?
For right now, yes. Once I get more comfortable, we will have outside meetings face to face.
No pressure. Just want to make sure I got everything right. So we'll meet next Thursday at 8 p.m.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.